Welcome to Dallas, the home of the killers. Welcome to Dallas, sharks and gorillas. The girls, they going harder than Welcome to Dallas.
Hola, hola. ¿Cómo estás? That's right, it's Poofy Man. Back again with another episode of the Poofy Man podcast. Let's just jump right into it here. So, last night was the big night. What they're calling the Great Debate. Andrew Wilson, a relative unknown in the podcast world, versus the behemoth, the 400-1 expected winner, Candace Owens, the 2025 podcaster of the year, Candace Owens. Also one of the most controversial and wild-eyed out there, to be honest with you. But I want you to take a look at this clip because you don't really need to watch 3 hours of them yell at each other or, argue over insignificant little pieces of a bigger argument. Crossing who crossed T's and where you dot the I's, kind of thing. Very stupid. Very, very. A lot of it was really childish. Mostly on the Andrew Wilson side too. I mean, he ends up. Just take a look at this video and you'll see what I mean.
Question is that all permitted?
Go ahead.
Which one of the charges against, or all of them, do you think Tyler Robinson is guilty of?
The specific charge?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I think is that. Tyler Robinson shot Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, but of the 7 charges that he's being charged.
Yeah, can we list them real quick? I'll tell you exactly which ones. We'll pull them up.
Well, do you know any of the charges that he's up for right now?
Yeah, of course. But I want to make sure that we have them listed.
Yeah, but can you name one? Because my general perspective is that you don't actually care about this case. You're not following the case.
That's the question? You're just not following it enough?
It seems pretty, if you're going to engage and you're going to say the evidence is overwhelming that Tyler Robinson is guilty, I just think that you should, can you tell me one
then let's do
charge
the counter.
that he's...
You can really, this is a great gotcha.
No, you just got to ask me, play clips out of context, put me in the hot seat, so please just answer the question.
This is fair. Name all 7 since you've been following the case.
Okay, sure. You name one.
Yeah, you named all 7.
I'm happy to do that, but can you name one?
I think he's been charged with murder.
That's actually correct.
Okay, great. Now name all 7.
He doesn't even. This is
name all 7.
And
can you name all 7?
I can't.
Then do it.
Sure, you don't have to.
Do it. No, do it. I'll count them. Go ahead.
You don't have to put your fingers up.
Okay,
I can do that.
name them.
Yeah, sure.
Name them.
The first charge is aggravated murder because that's what carries a death sentence in the state of Utah. No,
Next.
that's not. That is literally not murder.
Okay.
And
next.
so just for people, I don't have to do it in a time limit. There's nothing going on. And just to explain to people the difference of why that really matters and shows that he doesn't actually care about this at all is because aggravated murder, it's narrowly defined and because it carries a death sentence. I'm going to answer the question.
Okay,
You're just going to recognize that your strategy of thinking that people are intimidated when you try to put a time constraint doesn't work, and you'll be better the next time you debate someone.
I got it. Give me the other ones.
The more you cut me off, the longer I'll take. Do you want to just wait for me to finish of why that's a big difference so that people
I just
don't walk
want
away?
you to list the charges.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. You just don't get to pretend that there's a time constraint for me to do that.
Well, how long does it take you to list 7 charges?
Because I'm speaking. You just got to...
It sounds like you're just delaying it because you don't know them.
I know all 7 of them,
Then
and I'm going to say
them.
again, because you're going to get embarrassed, you don't have to rush this. I'm also showing an example of a very flawed debate strategy. I actually am under no time constraint.
I got one.
Great. The second charge is the felony discharge of a weapon. The next 2 charges are for obstruction of justice.
Okay.
The next 2 charges are for witness tampering. And the
What's
final...
the specific charges, though?
That is them. Obstruction of justice,
Both
obstruction of justice, witness tampering.
Okay, and there's no other specifics to them?
Well, I can tell you why he's being charged.
No, just the charges and then 7?
Yeah, see, the bad thing is when you try to be an a-hole and it doesn't work.
What's the 7th?
The last charge is violence in front of a minor. And then I do also, again, want to stress to audiences that debate strategy of thinking that you have to speak faster or somebody puts your hand up and they try to pretend like it's some sport. I think he thinks it's a blood sport. It's not. It's about being right and being principled when you're engaging. And you can make mistakes. I make mistakes all the time, but at least be genuine in pretending that you care about this case enough to know what.
What you just saw was a man being broken in front of your eyes, live on TV, live on camera. This was a absolute career-ending injury for him, okay? And I'll explain to you why. So this is where I turned it off. At the end of this whole fucking charade, I turned it off because what I realized I was watching was a sort of like a performative acrobatics, show or something. This man literally designed this entire debate, formalized this thing, called it a debate, thinking that first, really underestimating Candace Owens' work ethic and attention to detail, thinking that his man logic, you know, he's such a piece of garbage, by the way. Holy God. He is such a chauvinist, sexist. He's really a bad person, to be honest with you. I didn't know much about him, but after I saw that, that's all I really need to know that this is a grown man acting like literally a toddler. Anyway, so he paid her, right, $300,000, a couple bags maybe, to come and do this debate, okay? A moderated debate about the Tyler Robinson case. And he was like, he thought he had finessed her, because his intentions were to get the bag together, shoot it over to them, you know, put it in their hands, lock her in, and then in the interim set up an ambush, okay? This man had, as you can see, no intentions of debating her about the specifics and the legalese of the case. Like, he doesn't give a fuck about Charlie Kirk or, you know, whatever, any of this other stuff. He doesn't care about who killed him and all that. What he does care about is crushing Candace Owens live in front of an audience so that he can enter the professional ranks alongside Candace Owens and all the other ones, you know, and because he has a significantly smaller platform. Candace Owens is like a juggernaut. She really is, over the last year, as she's been covering this, all of the, you know, doing this kind of makeshift investigation on the Charlie Kirk stuff. I mean, in lieu of you know, disclosure of evidence, I'm not even sure I can blame her. The only thing I don't like about what she's doing is that I think that she needs to be a little more responsible and understand that there's a lot of people that like listen to her. So, you know, when you throw around a huge accusation like the Jews were involved or the nation of Israel killed Charlie Kirk, something like that, you're indicting a whole lot of people. I hope you have a whole lot of evidence. And of course, like, you know, she's using deduction as her strategy to find. She's doing not 1 + 1 = 2. She's doing, I know that 1 and 3 don't equal 2. I know 1 and 4 don't equal 2. I know 2 and 8 don't equal 2. You know, she's doing it by deduction. Hopefully she'll find 1 and 1 make 2. You know, a deductive reasoning thing. Because she doesn't have any actual evidence that's being disclosed to her from, you know, open files about the case. You know, everything's under lock and seal, or under lock and key and lock. It's not being released to the public. How about that? But anyways, so this guy sets up this thing. She comes in, and all he does is just talk over her and try to bully her around and all this stuff. And all he had to do, for God's sake, man, like, the real takeaway, there's a life lesson here. The takeaway is never pride will kill a man. Shout out Seven the Great. Pride will kill a man. And this is a good example of somebody letting their ego destroy them in very short order. The man could have just said, listen, Candace, like, I never actually paid much attention to the legal charges. I just know that he's there for the murder of Charlie Kirk. That's the simple answer. And I believe that he did it, and whatever charges are against him, I just think that he's guilty of all of them, is kind of my position. That's what it is. I mean, I don't know why he went, oh yeah, pull him up. I can tell you, he's trying to play it off. Like, what a fucking idiot. God, man. Stop doubling down. Like, what is the thing? I have such an ordeal. Like, this is such a pet peeve of mine, man. What is it that makes you think that admitting that you don't know something or that you're wrong about something is weak? Like, what a fucking immature perspective. How old are you? Like, like, do you think women have girls have cooties still? Like, what grade are you in? Jesus Christ, I don't think I've ever been like that. I think I skipped the whole stage, honestly. I mean, I went through some other shitty stages, so it's not like I'm special or anything. I'm just saying this one I never understood. Buddy, I don't know the multiplication tables, Mrs. Jackson. I don't know those. I don't know them. I don't know them. I didn't learn them. You didn't teach me very well. I don't know them. Doesn't change. You can yell. It just the outcome is the same. Like, I don't know my multiplication tables. Okay. Nobody looked at me like I was, what an idiot. What a subhuman moron. I didn't feel any type of way about it. I just didn't know them because I'm fucking doing doper stuff than multiplication tables, man. I'm out here, 5th grade, just kind of like, I'm just outside doing my thing. You know what I mean? Like, definitely not multiplication tables, I know that. I don't have time for all that. Never have. I still don't know them that well. But, anyways, point being is like, if you... First off, don't ever debate. Have conversations. Have an exchange, a place to a way of exchanging your ideas with the right motive. Okay. The problem with debates is that there's inherently this underpinning and undercurrent of competition just woven into it by the very formalized title of debate. You should never enter the ring, so to speak, to hash out different opinions with somebody or to discuss a controversial topic with someone on the other side with the sole intention to win. There's no winning or losing, only when you put debate at the top. That could have been a discussion which would have kept it civil and would have actually been more entertaining and more productive, right? Soon as you enter something like a debate, all bets are off, and the entire your intentions inadvertently will adjust for the competition level regardless. So now, instead of trying to learn a little more about their perspective or trying to understand what they're looking at from their vantage point, trying to glean more information to help bolster your own position when you leave, you're just trying to beat them, right? In lieu of a good point, you might just call them fat or, say some other kind of like absent-minded thing, just to get some or some laughter. It just cheapens the whole thing. It demoralizes, it just perverts the whole exercise altogether. So don't do that. Be good to one another, learn from one another, and listen. Always. Not always. It's going to be hard to do it always, but that should be the goal. Anyways, this is Poofy Man. Drop a comment, let me know what you think. Till next time, I'm out of here.
Welcome to Dallas, the home of the killers. Welcome to Dallas, sharks and gorillas. The girls, they going harder than Welcome to Dallas, we love some legends. Welcome to Dallas, what hood you reppin'.